Trey Hendrickson, the most recent, I guess, volley between both sides. You put your finger on a second-year guaranteed dollar number that Hendrickson wants to see and didn't see is the reason why this is still going on. Why is it still going on with Micah and the Cowboys? Can you pinpoint the issue there, Dianna?
So the most common conversation I have with people around the league is actually me asking the questions to those that are in these positions, whether it's owners and general managers, of, hey, like, take me inside Jerry's mind from your perspective. What do you see?
Yes.
Because I go on every show and I write about it every day of just, this is Jerry, and I'm exhausted by just blaming it on the business and the entertainment side of Jerry. Like, there's got to be a reason.
Right.
And I truly, no one knows. No one is able to come up with this cool idea like, all right, well, this actually is why they do it, and it makes sense. Now take a listen. No. It's always, this is just what Dallas does. We've got teams like Houston. We've got teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, even the Rams in some cases, outside Stafford a bit, who are always getting ahead and paying attention to the market. And then I think Jerry just doesn't really mind this. We talk about the stomach for it. This man's got the stomach for it. He does not care. And I think the part of this that I know players have shared with me over the years where this becomes a problem is, yeah, it's all fun and games and the headlines, and they're selling the Cowboys every single day because here we are talking about it every day. And it is the biggest story in football right now, outside of the unfortunate shooting and these other holdouts. But it's affecting players and team. And that was something Trey Hendrickson and I discussed, just taking away from what they're supposed to be doing. And that's the work during training camp to be prepared. Look at the San Francisco 49ers a year ago. Almost every one of those players that hold out or had contract issues admitted later in the year that they came out slow or perhaps had some injuries because they missed training camp. Like, we know that it comes with a problem, yet Jerry Jones continues to think it works and it's okay.
No, and I know you said that he has the stomach for it, and that means there's a standoff of some sort. Like, he can't be just holding this deal up that's ready to be made just because he likes this conversation. Cowboys are going to be in the headlines no matter what, right? So, like, what is the in fact holdup? Because Stephen Jones did say on a local radio hit in 105.3 The Fan in the Metroplex, made it, and this is after his comments that Micah has to want to get paid, right? And he basically said, they don't hold up deals just to hold them up. They do it when the time is right, and they're not going to do it early and pay more than what the market is, and it's very difficult to square the circle as to whether he and his dad are talking, when they talk about this, are they talking about stuff that happened last year that didn't happen? Are they talking about stuff that happened early in the year that didn't happen? Or are they talking about the here and now? It's tough to pinpoint the exact chasm here, Dianna,
I think it's well known now at this point, and if those that, maybe missed some of the reporting over the last few weeks, that Micah and Jerry Jones discussed this contract and what it would look like. And it appears that they had the conversation that we started off this conversation you and I had about. Yes. Sometimes this happens in business where you're like, all right, this is what it looks like. This is what we're going to do. And then Micah got his agent involved, and somehow this thing went off the rails. Right. And that's where we're at now, where whatever they thought was going to be the deal, what they discussed, obviously is not what came down to the paperwork when it was dealt with his agent, David Mugoletta. So when I hear Stephen Jones say he's got to want to be paid, to me, I hear that as the numbers just isn't what Micah wants. It's as simple as that. Like, yes, do I think Jerry Jones has a number on the table for Micah? Yes, but I think it's underpaid. I don't think it's for the value that Micah is looking for and really what he means to the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones's words, not mine. He could be the greatest Cowboy with the most talent to ever play. So they know his value, and yet here we are, end of July. And Rich, I have just a hard time believing, and this is even just asking people around the league who are watching this to see, maybe they'll trade him. Nobody thinks that Micah Parsons is going to play for any other team but the Dallas Cowboys. Like, they're no one's calling right now, like, all right, like, let us know.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, we're just like filling the air right now to just talk about this when we know the week before, or maybe even the day of, right? Like we saw last year or 2 years ago with Dak. It's like, it's going to get done. He's going to make 43 or whatever, somewhere around there. But they make it hard. But they do this, and I'm going to keep asking of why. And then trust me, I talk to people in Dallas too. And, they always give the same kind of tone before. Even Stephen Jones came on my podcast last year. And it's almost like we act crazy and they're the sane ones. They make it feel that way. Like he's got this amazing ability to be like, hey, moron, I know what I'm doing. You don't. And I'm like, well, I think I don't know. Do I know what I'm doing? I don't know.
That sounds like a marriage, Dianna, not to be honest. Not to be lying or being honest. Like, am I the crazy one or you the crazy one? But I mean, it's something. Dianna Russini of The Athletic here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.